another day in the life. So we're back at Solve Housing, residential children's home. Been a long day as always. Still loads of tiny little things to iron out, as you probably see. I'll probably show you around the house again. It's a bit messy. We're just ironing out like the last little bits of requirements that Ofsted want. We've actually got another visit from them next week, and I believe everything should be ready to rock and roll. So excited about this. We've put so much work in. All of the staff part of Solve Housing have been absolutely amazing. Can't lie, man. Rob, I'm gonna play you a game of quick pool before we exit out today. Hoping you probably catch some of the staff that will come in. So we've got about 17 members of staff. So we've got registered manager, assistant manager, and loads of staff that are going to be here in the building doing their thing, hopefully when we house children and young people. I think when we did the last day in the life, I think I showed you of the different rooms. But yeah, there's loads of kind of little bits to do. As I said, our amazing handyman has been like sorting out like little things. I think I told you about the education room. There is a computer in there. I think there might have been a computer in there the last time that you came. We put some more TVs in for our children and young people to watch some stuff. You know what, I could do with sleep, you know. Sometimes I come here and think to myself, you know what, just wanna rush up the people them's bed. But yeah, and everything's just kind of going according to plan. Someone asked me the other day, like, what's my vision of where I'm trying to go with this? And I think my thing's about centers of excellence, buildings of excellence, places of excellence. So I guess my vision is over the next probably couple of years is if we have some amazing success with this home, I'd like to open up other spaces for children and young people. So I'm not sure if the next place that I want to open is a children's home just for young women that have been criminally or sexually exploited. But I do know in my head that the themes are going to be reflective of either characters or significant individuals. So for example, the next home that I'd like to open, providing this first children's home is a success, is I want to call the next home Angie's home, of my late auntie that passed last year. Because I guess my thinking is that when children come into these homes or to these spaces, I want them to feel like it's a home. I want them to enter into these places and feel like it's reflective of either one, something that they've missed, or something that they attain to have in terms of family. And I think that's why we've kind of really hand selected the type of individuals that I believe are going to be meeting the needs of our children and young people. And also we've got like the dad, we've got the mom, we've got the granddad, we've got the uncle, we've got the auntie, we've got the cheeky sister, we've got the cheeky brother, we've got the energetic brother, the energetic sister. And I think ultimately it's about how do we meet the needs of children and young people. So when I talk about the phases over the next years, go back to my point about what I want children to enter into is a home. And I think that when I use those names of people like my late aunt, Angie, or I talk about, you know, Joan's home, I've just got so many ideas of people that have really touched me and inspired me over the years, family and colleagues and friends that have passed. And I just feel like I want to grow that theme within Solve, and I think I want to keep it as organic as possible. So probably sounds like gobbledygook at the minute, but I think people kind of connect with what I'm trying to say. Is it recording?
Yeah.
Sick. So I'm the cameraman now.
Yeah.
So why are you hiding the merch, bro?
The Solve.
Get me? That's why I love Rob, you know. He's one of the only members of staff that come to work with the Solve. You get me? Look at that.
You gotta represent, man. Represent.
Yeah, we need you some new tops though, Robbo.
Nah. I'm still waiting for that hoodie.
What hoodie now?
With the yellow.
Can you dance?
Nah.
You can't dance. Come on, bust a skank, man.
No.
Do the bogle. So yeah, man, I guess side to, that, I think, as you know, we kind of, Craig's little brain, we're just doing so many different things. And I think one of the things that I'm really proud of at the minute is one of the partnerships that Solve is attached to. I think many people have kind of been seeing this big kind of initiative, movement, Black Excellence in Brum. And I guess what it is essentially is a series of partners, organizations that essentially come together and said, you know what, how do we join kind of forces to kind of not only challenge some of the issues within our communities, but respond to it in a collective way. I think one of the things that we always don't talk about is economics in our community. I understand it. We're worried about bad mind. We're worried about what people would do. We're worried about being in our own communities because we've seen so many examples of when people do extremely well. You have haters, you have people that dislike it. And sadly, people have died. There was an incident the other day where I know somebody that was in the community doing some work, been very successful and potentially could have almost lost their life and possessions when they're trying to give back. So all of these things I think are really important. I think young people should know. And I think the best way to do it is, as I said, connecting young people to those role models, those individuals that are out there in the community doing it. Because I'll just end with this statement that it doesn't and it will not be one individual, one organization that are essentially engaging in this thing. And I think the hardest thing, because I know so many different people doing amazing things, it's very hard to just call everybody one time. And just as a reminder to the community, this project isn't about adults. And I think sometimes with some of the marketing, people have seen role models and probably thought, how come you didn't call me? How come you didn't choose me? It's actually not about us as the adults, it's about the young people. So when young people have said, listen, I want to know how to make money from fashion, we'll bring people in that we know of in the fashion industry. They might say, you know what, I want to become, the next top DJ that goes to Dubai and travels the world. We connect with individuals that are able to do that. There might be an individual that says, Craig, you know what? What's a trainer and what is a consultant? Like, how do you make money? How do you do? And it's showing people the methodology and the approach. It's not just showing them the glow up, but it's also showing them about what the challenges are and how we essentially achieve that. So today, I'm going to get ready and then we're gonna go over to Aston where we're gonna go to the studio, I believe. Robbo Ranks, you're gonna be recording and yeah, that's it. So I think just to highlight our contribution from Solve, other than the supporting of the development of Black Excellence in Brum, we've actually got a massive launch coming up soon, and that's going to be at the Legacy Centre. Big up Cypher, and I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I mean, I'm excited to kind of see what's about to happen. I'm excited to see who's going to show up. I just want to see all the young people shine, man. I think it's just important that we connect young people, man. And I think it's, as I'm kind of moving more and more away from youth work, my heart is in young people. And I want to work more with young people that want to shine. I want to work more with young people that want to do the right thing. Because most of my work has always been over the years with the young people, sadly, that have made wrong and poor life choices. I want to work with some of the kids that want to hear, want to listen, the ones that are not hard hears. I want to work with those young people for some time in my life. And if this is one of the projects that I can connect with that, this Young Leaders project, then that's it. So I'm gonna get changed. We're gonna head over to Aston. I might need to get a haircut first. I think that's it. Black Excellence in Brum. Where did it start? I think it takes us back to 2021 in the summer, where I remember we were at a funeral following the passing of a young person in our community whose life was cut short. And I remember being in the cemetery, and initially it was me and Nathan having a conversation just about life, just about where we're moving, about success. And Nathan said something to me that shocked me. And it was a weird shock, because I said to him, how come I didn't know that? I felt like it was something I should have known. And Nathan's kind of reply was, he chooses not to share those types of information about himself or his family because of a number of reasons. And I guess my counter argument to Nathan, as I always have a counter argument for him, was, but why? Why do we always tailor to individuals in our community that might be bad mind, that might be haters, that might be constantly criticizing the things that we do? And why don't we appeal to an audience that are motivated and inspired about the work that we do? Why don't we do that? And I think those kind of initial conversations which brought you then over, and then I remember we were talking about property, we were talking about wealth, we were talking about going abroad. So in an essence, Black Excellence in Brum started off very much organic in a conversation about how do we communicate a message to young people about black success. We're not talking about violence, we're not talking about injustice, we're celebrating each other. And I think it's those gems for me that I guess we want young people to watch this and be like, you know what, this is a journey. And not just a journey of, because I'm also very mindful that these environments are very saturated with men. So the voice of women is not within that. And I think there is a gender inequality as well that exists within that as well. And I guess there's going to be many people that want to get into this space and be like, how do we become an Avro? You know, and it's not necessarily about being an Avro, but how can we learn the good and the bad from all of us? None of us are perfect. And how do we build on those skills without hating, without disrespecting, without backbiting, without creating an environment of distaste? And I think to an extent that also now is part of the journey that I think many of us are going through, that, yeah, my man's on, or she's doing that, or I don't like them because they're not doing A, B, C, and D. And it's interesting because when those individuals then step into the lane, they realize that it's not as easy as it looks. But be mindful that success is also hard, it's taxing, it has adversity. But I think it's also important that you show other people, because just like how those in front of us have showed us how you can live with integrity, but also show the beautiful things that accumulate from that. Psychologically, it challenges those young people in the community that I can be successful being legit. I can be successful and have nice clothes and have nice materials and do nice things and give back to my community. And I didn't have to do anything bad, mind, evil in order to acquire it. So I think that we need to set that precedence that when being in our lane, we're comfortable and we can sit and smile with each other and not worry about what people are saying on the other lane, because this is what's enabled us to get here through hard work.
Black Excellence Brum.
Black Excellence Brum.
Black Excellence Brum. Black Excellence Brum.
Black Excellence Brum.
Black Excellence Brum.
Black Excellence Brum.
Black Excellence Brum.
Black Excellence Brum.
Hi, I'm Teo, and I'm proud of my dad because of how good he has done in life and how good his business is going. Hi, my name is Zayden, and I'm proud of my dad because the stuff he does, and he inspires people with the dogs that he sells.
Black Excellence Brum.